Hey, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club, broadcasting live from the cozy corners of Hardwood Holler here in the beautiful upstate of South Carolina. This is when you need to grab your favorite drink, you find your comfy spot, and do settle in. Tonight isn't just about Hollywood magic trivia, it's about curiosity, memory, and the thrill of discovering something you didn't know that you already knew. Now, we do usually go live on Sundays with After Hours Trivia Club, and now again on Wednesdays with our Best of Hollywood Magic Trivia. Always at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. So mark your calendars and don't be a stranger. Now, tonight's categories. First, we will explore the top 20 method actors of all time. Best actors. And there's a couple actresses in there too. Then we will visit the top 20 movie examples of Hollywood film noir. So now that first category you might think is easy, but that second one should be a little bit of a challenge. Top 20 movie examples of Hollywood film noir. And we do have a bonus round standing by if we have enough interest for a third round later on. So we'll check in at that time. And hey, don't forget to visit davidhansonart.com to snag some of the art from tonight's show. All this stuff you've been seeing around. That's davidhansonart.com. Every piece tells a story, and now some of them can hang on your wall at home. Now do say hi in the chat. This is where you will throw out your wild guesses or just hang out in the background if you prefer. I see King's in the house. Good to see you, Arena. The early birds have arrived, which is always good. Anyway, good to see you guys tonight. And let's queue up our first round. And we'll fire up the robots. And we will let the games begin. Alrighty now. You guys do know the rules. Around here, our robots do a lot of picking. And that means you guys have to do the guessing. And I will give some clues that are marginally helpful along the way. So again, we're going to be looking at the top 20 method actors of all time. Method actors. Or actresses, of course. Not all actors. Alrighty, with that all said, let's get her going. Number 20. Number 20. Her roles are quiet storms, emotionally rich, and quietly devastating. And we're mostly looking for the actress in this case, or the actor. If you know the role that's pictured, that would be great too. She vanished so deeply into grief, audiences swore she was living it. Her process involves intense emotional recall and lived memory work. That sounds like code. She broke hearts in Blue Valentine and this movie that she's pictured in here. She's acclaimed for subtle method mastery, especially in tragic roles. Played a lot of tragic roles. All right, do you recognize her? Or this movie? She's well known, and she's known as one of the best actresses in Hollywood. The role is Manchester by the Sea. Manchester by the Sea. I don't know if you remember that one. There you go. Very good. King? Michelle Williams, indeed. Williams has described preparing for roles as emotional archaeology, digging up feelings most would rather bury. She sounds so serious. Why so serious? All right, number 19. He's a body chameleon. Bulk up today, bones tomorrow. Some call it dedication. Others call it medically questionable. He morphed for The Machinist, Batman Begins, and Vice. There you go. Game's too easy for you, King. Game's too easy. He's known for transformative method acting through radical weight shifts. That's what he's known for. That's funny. Bale once told the director he didn't care about the role's psychological demands, just how much weight he needed to lose. That's all he cared about. You're correct. Mr. Christian Bale. Christian Bale, there he is with his Batman outfit. All right, now, like I said, you may think this round is easy, but just wait till the film Noir. Film Noir. All right, this next one's close to my heart, dear to my heart. Number 18. Here we go. See ya, Christian. All right. Now, this gentleman could disappear into roles without disappearing off the radar. Directors loved him because he brought characters to life before filming. His prep involved months of mental immersion and deep research. Now, this guy's also known as my evil twin. Oh, you knew. Do you see the resemblance? He's stunned in Capote and The Master with layered performances. A method actor of subtle genius, equally at home in drama or oddball roles. Yeah, we kind of look similar. He's the evil twin, though. At least usually people think that. Yeah, Hoffman's prep was so intense he often knew more about his characters than the screenwriter did. Did a little research. Philip Seymour Hoffman, gone too soon. Gone too soon. There you go. Those actors are, troubled souls. Troubled souls. Don't know. I don't know what gets into them. Hard to know. All right, Philip Seymour Hoffman, my evil twin. All right, number 17. Once again, gone too soon. He locked himself away for weeks and didn't come out the same. His diary as the Joker was equal parts chilling and brilliant. He committed so hard, some say the role haunted him. Of course. His Dark Knight Joker became iconic and truly terrifying. Some say the role haunted him. Wow. He took method acting as a psychological extreme to play Chaos Incarnate. Chaos Incarnate. He was the role, no question about it. Heath Ledger, of course, Heath Ledger. Ledger reportedly practiced that voice and laugh in front of a mirror for hours a day until it felt inhuman. Yeah, best Joker ever. Why so serious? There you go. Correct. Number 17, Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger. Method actors. We are covering the... I wonder, did Heath have 20 movie credits? Maybe we need to do a Heath Ledger show. I bet he did. We can dig up... If Daniel Day-Lewis did, and he's so picky, I bet Heath Ledger did. We'll see. I'll do some research on that. See if we can do a Heath Ledger show. All right, number 16. I didn't know this guy was such a method actor, but you know him for comedy. but his drama work hits different. For Requiem for a Dream, he turned off the jokes and the outside world. He lived like his character, rejecting comforts and comedy alike. His serious roles show a deeply methodical transformation. Not Jamie Foxx. Not Jamie Foxx. Although I think Jamie Foxx is a great actor too. Definitely a great actor. But this is not Jamie Foxx. He left audiences stunned by his depth in serious, immersive performances. Now, this guy's much more known for comedy. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, you got it. Marlon Wayans is correct. Wayans stayed in character so completely, his co-stars found it eerie. This from the guy who once wore a white chick mask. I forgot about white chick. Oh no. The brothers, were they basketball players? I can't remember. White chick. I did see it, I think. I think I saw that one. I don't think I saw Requiem for a Dream, though. Must have been boring. He's been in lots of movies and TV series. This gentleman absorbed accents and mannerisms until they were second nature. This is a cool one. He became Idi Amin so convincingly it scared the real Ugandan exiles. Uh-oh. They thought he'd come back to life. He stayed in character on and off set, unsettling his colleagues. His Oscar-winning role in The Last King of Scotland was pure method, and you are correct. Very good. He transformed completely into a dictator through deep character study. Likes to study. Forrest Whitaker is correct. There he is. Forrest! Run, Forrest! No, that's a different Forrest. Run, Forrest, run. Whitaker learned Swahili and even gained weight to mirror Amin's physical presence. Talk about commitment. What was that? He was in a series for a long time. I can't remember the name of that one. That's what I remember him from. That series. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker. There he is. Forrest! This next guy is pretty scary. Always. Number 14. Number 14. His coworkers got presents they didn't ask for. Like dead rats. He vanishes into his roles, sometimes to everyone's discomfort. For Dallas Buyers Club, he dropped serious pounds and gender norms. Yes, of course. These are a little easy for you, but that's okay. You know, an easy round every once in a while is a good thing. His Joker antics are infamous, even behind the scenes. He's known for going too far in the name of method acting. Yes, kind of Marlon Brando kind of thing. I think he was known for going a little too far as well. Leto once said he didn't break character, even in his dreams. That's either method genius or horror movie pitch. Yeah, you got the actors pretty down. I don't know if Jared Leto probably hasn't done 20, has he? Maybe. I'm gonna have to do a little research on some of these guys. Jared Leto. We're gonna bring back all the guys from the golden age. You know, we're gonna rotate people back in that we haven't done yet. I know we haven't done like Audrey Hepburn yet, or Katharine Hepburn, that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. Number 13. Now, this gentleman took hypnosis lessons just in case he got stuck in the sunken place. The sunken place. He prepared in isolation to tap into emotional rage and focus. He is known for restrained intensity built on deep immersion. Sounds familiar. He delivered unforgettable performances in Get Out and Judas and the Black Messiah. He is a British actor who uses modern methods to channel radical emotion. Yeah, very good. You even spelled it right. We'll put those two U's together. That's distracting. Daniel Kaluuya. Daniel Kaluuya. I always try. He has said he sometimes forgets what real life feels like during particularly heavy roles. There you go, a quote from the actor himself, Daniel Kaluuya. All right, let's get next guy's intense, especially in this role. But he's always intense. He doesn't just act; he morphs morally and physically. He got jacked and embedded with real hate groups for American History X. One of Hollywood's most analytical performers, scary, smart, and methodical. Yeah, very good. Now, does Edward Norton go by three names sometimes, or am I confusing him with someone else? Maybe I'm confusing him with someone else. But yeah, Edward Norton is correct. Very good. He plays both villains and victims with equal believability. He's known for intense character preparation and moral depth, or immoral depth. Just Ed Norton. There you go. He doesn't go by like a junior or the third or something like that. I can't remember. I guess not. Norton is famous for rewriting scripts mid-shoot because sometimes method means taking the pen too. Yes, Edward Norton. There he is. American History X. There you go. All right. Down to number 11. We're halfway home. This gentleman sold his home and starved himself to feel a role's despair. What? He learned to play piano from scratch. No CGI hand doubles here. This does sound like a method actor. He lived alone without a phone for months to feel wartime isolation. Can you imagine a teenage girl living without her phone for 2 months? The pianist, that's a little side note. The pianist wasn't just a role, it was a personal transformation. So he's the guy from The Pianist. The Pianist. Stuart! What's going on? Stuart with a bullet. Stuart beat you, King. King's been running the table, Stuart. Glad you're here. With full immersion to portray a Holocaust survivor. Brody became the youngest Best Actor Oscar winner at the time. And he got to kiss Halle Berry to celebrate. There you go. Adrian Brody is correct. Yeah. Very good. The Pianist. Yeah. All right. Well, that means it's time for the top 10 method actors. We're doing a countdown, and we're down to the top 10. Now, there could be actress, too. It's not just actors. Just so you know. He once stayed up for 3 nights just to look tired. Dedication or insomnia? For Marathon Man, he kept his distance from the cast to stay emotionally raw. His colleagues didn't always appreciate his intensity, but it worked. His colleagues, he's known for bringing real physical distress into his performances. Yes, correct. Can you tell by the picture? Yeah, probably from the picture, huh? Yeah. Stuart King, both got it. Very good. Known for bringing real physical distress. He took method to physical extremes, delivering unforgettable performances. When Hoffman explained his exhaustion on set, Laurence Olivier quipped, "Why don't you just try acting?" That's kind of funny, actually. Oh, boy. Well, glad you're here, Stuart. Glad you're here. Dustin Hoffman. He's correct. Tootsie! Right? Not my favorite movie. Not my favorite movie. Not real comfortable with that cross-dressing thing. All right, number 9. Number 9. She trained with live birds for one role and didn't get pecked once. Her preparation style blends grace with gritty realism. She stayed in an emotionally taxing environment to stay in it. She shined in Batman Returns and Dangerous Liaisons with haunting precision. Very good, King. Very good. She uses immersive techniques to elevate complex, emotionally fraught roles. Miss Michelle Pfeiffer is correct. Michelle Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's Catwoman suit was so tight she could only breathe through her nose. Now that's commitment. I don't know what that means exactly. Of course you breathe through your nose. My wife's always trying to get me to breathe more through my nose. I get so stuffy though. More. Yeah, she was a great Catwoman. No doubt. Michelle Pfeiffer. There she is. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Sticking with the kind of like Batman theme here. Number 8. This gentleman lost 52 pounds and a bit of his sanity for one iconic role. Hey, Brad's in the house. What's going on? You know, all Catwomen are good. Are you talking about back in the series days, Julie Newman? That's who you're talking about, huh? Back in the series. He refused to break character even between scenes. He said Joker was the hardest experience of his life, physically and mentally. Yes, of course. Joaquin. He built an entire backstory for the Arthur Fleck without it ever being shown. He's known for intense immersion and psychological strain in every role. I loved him in The Gladiator, right? He was great at that. I thought he was really good. Phoenix once walked off a talk show in character to keep the illusion alive. Andy Kaufman routine, right? Andy Kaufman would have been proud. Andy Kaufman. Remember Andy Kaufman? Did he actually become a pro wrestler? Can't remember. Something like that. But this is Joaquin Phoenix. Very good. Vodka. Yeah. All right. Number 7. You'll know this guy. He rebelled on screen and off with raw, real emotion. His life mirrored his roles, restless, intense, and tragically short. One of the first actors to bring Stanislavski's teaching to Hollywood youth. An actor's actor. A Marlon Brando type. Rebel Without a Cause wasn't just a movie, it was his biography. Yes, of course. King Stuart Brett. Well, I always talk about the James Dean Memorial was where he crashed his Porsche or whatever it was on the Highway 41 from between San Luis Obispo and Central Valley. Used to drive by it all the time. Mr. James Dean. He defined method acting for a generation of brooding screen idols. Dean only starred in 3 major films, but his method style left a mark that still echoes today. There you go. James Dean. There he is. Not Jimmy Dean. That's something different. That's right, Little Bastard. Little Bastard. I used to have a jet boat named Little Black Bitch, which is kind of similar. All right, number 6. You know this guy? He slept in dead animals. He ate raw bison liver. He endured freezing temperatures and near hypothermia to stay in character. He's known for completely surrendering to physical and psychological hardship. He's an Oscar winner, famed finally. He was an Oscar snub and then an Oscar winner, famed for immersive prep and grueling dedication. You know, he kind of has to work harder, I think. Something about him, he just needs to work a little harder. The hard worker. The Revenant. Yeah, that was a great movie. That was a fun movie for sure. A lot of good performances in that movie. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is, of course, the right answer. DiCaprio once cut his hand during a scene and kept acting, blood and all. And, of course, it made the final cut. There he is, Leo, finally winning. He didn't win for that role, though, right? Can't remember. Yeah. All right. Well, this one's a gimme. Number 5. She learns accents like most people learn recipes. She played a Polish Holocaust survivor after mastering the language. She learned violin for music of the heart. And she actually played it on camera. She uses deep psychological study to inhabit roles fully. Yes. Yeah, Meryl Streep, of course. And this is from the movie. Which movie is this from? Do you recognize it? Streep often builds elaborate internal timelines for her characters, even if they never mentioned in the script. Yeah, you remember this one? She played a Polish Holocaust survivor. It is from Sophie's Choice. Sophie's Choice. There you go. Well, that means we're down to the top 4. So you know we've already done full top 20s on all 4 of these characters, I believe. This gentleman drove a cab for real, to become, I'm going to let you guess his character too. The actor and the character that he drove a cab for, and the role that he played in this one. He gained 60 pounds and broke his body for Raging Bull. He filed his teeth down for Cape Fear. His commitment redefined film realism in the 70s and 80s. Method giant who dives into roles with transformative intensity. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's Jodie Foster. Travis Bickle. Very good, very good. How about what was his character's name in Cape Fear? Do you remember that one? That's the picture here. De Niro learned Sicilian for The Godfather. Part 2, just so one monologue could be more authentic. I doubt if he learned very much Sicilian. Travis Bickle, of course. Taxi driver. Robert De Niro. I don't know. We did his top 20 like a month ago or so. A couple months ago, maybe. Yeah. Very good. Was that it, Max Caddy? I couldn't remember it, to be honest. I don't have it written down. Sounds good to me. We'll go with the king. All right, number 3. Just a couple weeks ago, he lived in a 19th century cabin, no power, no plumbing, for a role. He had to get ready. He built the cabin. He built the cabin to stay in with no power and no plumbing. He also stayed in a wheelchair offset for months while filming My Left Foot. He became a real butcher. That's right. That's right. Of course, Daniel Day-Lewis. Very good. So the story about him becoming a real butcher, learning to be a real butcher for Gangs of New York, so he could make make steaks and stuff for the cast. I can just see him passing those out at the end of the day to take up. Known for disappearing so completely, people forget his real name. Yeah, sometimes I forget his real name. One of the most immersive, intense, and selective actors in cinema history. So when I did the top 20, let me tell you, I had to work with my robots to find 20 movies. Those last 2 or 3 were tough. That's why we ended up with some that when he was a teenager, he didn't even get credits in those movies. Day-Lewis retired multiple times, but somehow keeps returning to blow everyone's minds again. I wonder if he'll come back again. I wonder if he'll come back again. All right, top 2. Top 2. All right, just last week, he stuffed cotton in his cheeks to create Don Corleone's jowls. He didn't memorize lines if he didn't feel like it. He used cue cards instead. I remember the story about him on the one movie, writing his lines on the baby's diaper that he was holding. That was Superman. Of course. Of course. What was Marlon Brando's nickname? So, you know, the King, various people were called the King. What was Marlon Brando called? Can't remember. He changed the game with raw emotional honesty and street realism. He trained under the method acting Stanislavski, the original method godfather, both literally and stylistically. There you go. He's the godfather in 2 ways. Brando once said, "Acting is lying for a living." Coming from him, that sounded right. Mr. Bubbles. Yeah. I know he was known as that. I think they do call him something. I can't remember what it is. Weird. It's called Weird. No, he's great. Obviously awesome actor. All right. Number 1 on our list. The robots love this movie. Watch the Gangsters, Red Court Transcripts, and Shadowed Cops. His characters walk a razor's edge between explosive and eerie. He's known to stay in character for days or weeks on end. Yes, of course. King. He brought Scarface and The Godfather to life with searing realism. He is the ultimate method actor, known for passion, precision, and intensity. Pacino's prep for Serpico, remember Serpico? Film movie. Included living among real New York cops and protesting corruption with them. Yeah. I knew it was you, Fredo. I knew it was you. At least Fredo didn't win for mayor, though. So, you know, cool though. We got a communist for a mayor. Should be entertaining. I'm gonna pop up some popcorn and watch that story unfold. Oh, Fredo is also a nickname for Cuomo, right? Yeah. That was the illusion, was to Mr. Cuomo from New York. All right, I'm going to do a quick lightning round for you. It's going to be the 20 natural wonders of the US and UK. So there's both US and UK natural wonders. There's 20 of them. See if you can get any of them, and I'll be right back. All righty. Seems like you got a few of those. Did you recognize any of the ones that were in the UK? Yeah, good. All righty. So this is going to be harder. You guys ready for harder? We're going to do top 20 movie examples of Hollywood film noir. Good. Alrighty. You folks obviously know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, and I give you some clues that in this case will probably be helpful. Good luck. Good luck indeed. Top 20 movie examples of Hollywood film noir. Here we go. Number 20. I'm going to give you the year to help out. 1948. A tense thriller set inside a sprawling, high-powered publishing office. The protagonist is a crime magazine editor with a knack for solving mysteries. Things get personal when he finds himself framed for murder. No, it's not Citizen Kane. There is a clue in the picture, though. There is a clue to the name of this movie in the picture. He must navigate a labyrinth of clues within his own office to clear his name. It stars Ray Milland. You remember Ray Milland? As a man trying to solve the crime before time runs out. This is not Rosebud. Hang on to that. I bet it makes the list. We'll see. This is not it. Ray Milland. Clue in the picture. Oh, there you go, Stuart. But to do it. Yeah. There you go. The Iron Curtain. I like it. The Big Clock is correct. Good job. The film's real star is the massive Art Deco clock at the center of the office. Anybody seen this movie? Sounds pretty cool. A high-powered publishing office. Ray Milland, yeah. There you go. Number 19. It don't get easier. 1948. A young couple on the run, torn between love and crime, kind of a pre-Bonnie and Clyde or story, kind of. One of the first noir films to explore doomed romance. Kind of like one of my favorite movies, Natural Born Killers. I like Natural Born Killers. Directed by Nicholas Ray, who brought a tender touch to the story. Their desperate journey showcases the bleakness of the American dream. Very good. You got it, King. Awesome. Yeah, considered a predecessor to Bonnie and Clyde, right? And you're correct. It is They Live by Night, 1948. The film's tagline, "This boy and this girl were never properly introduced to the world we live in," perfectly captures its mood. Okay, sounds like Natural Born Killers to me. I don't know. Have you seen this movie? Good film? Okay. There you go. Not only did you know it, but you've seen it. All righty. Well, good job so far. As a team, number 18, 1945. This one's interesting. A low-budget gem hailed as one of the grittiest noirs of all time. Grittiest. The protagonist is a hapless pianist hitchhiking across the country. Fate turns cruel when he ends up implicated for murder. His journey spirals into a nightmare of bad luck and fatalism. Love that, fatalism. Known for its stark atmosphere and Al Roberts' doomed narration. That sounds cool. It's got doomed narration, which is always appreciated. All right, anybody have any idea? A low-budget gem hailed as one of the grittiest noirs of all time. The film's tagline, "He went searching for love, but fate forced a blank to revelry, violence, and murder." Yeah, very good, King. Detour. So that last line was, "He went searching for love, but fate forced a detour to revelry, violence, and murder." Yeah. There you go. You're correct. Detour. 1945. Very good. All right, you guys are impressing the hell out of me. Here we go. Okay, number 17 is from 1949. In this one, a love triangle wrapped in a heist film. Burt Lancaster plays a man caught between his ex-wife and a crime boss. Not a good place to be. The plot revolves around an armored car robbery gone wrong. Betrayal and double crosses are central themes. The tension builds as trust dissolves into treachery. Treachery. Burt Lancaster, treachery. The film features an early appearance by Tony Curtis. He has a small role as a jitterbug dancer. Tony Curtis. That sounds right, jitterbug dancer. That should be Tony Curtis's tagline. Anyway, now, Burt Lancaster, Love Triangle, 1949. No? Pretty good picture of it. I don't remember the actress. Chris Cross. Chris Cross, 1949. I guess I could have let you keep doing on it for a minute. All right, well, it's okay to miss one. All right, number 16. This features my favorite actress. So there's that. And it is based on an Ernest Hemingway short story. Once again, Burt Lancaster makes his screen debut as a doomed boxer. The story unfolds through flashbacks after a brutal assassination. Noir meets existentialism as the truth about betrayal unravels. All right. So my favorite actress is featured in the picture here. She adds a layer of femme fatale intrigue. Yeah, she probably looked a little bit. So she was entangled with Ernest Hemingway after this movie. So this is where she met Ernest Hemingway probably, because this is based on an Ernest Hemingway short story. There you go, Stuart. Very good, very good. So who's my favorite actress? She was married to Sinatra later. She was married to quite a few different gentlemen. Yeah, The Killers is correct. 1946. 1946. And of course, my favorite actress is, well, I like Anne Margaret too, but I like Ava Gardner better. The film's opening scene is a near perfect adaptation of Hemingway's story. There you go. All right, now you know. All right, here we go. Number 15. A love-hate relationship set in a South American casino. A South American casino. How cool is that? Now, this actress, who I'll make you guess too, her iconic performance as a femme fatale. This was an iconic performance. The chemistry between her and Glenn Ford sizzles. A famous musical number involved a sultry rendition of Put the Blame on Maine. Now, this actress started as a dancer, of course. The line, hate is a very exciting emotion, sums up their toxic romance. This is all about a toxic romance. Toxic romance, South American casino, femme fatale, famous actress. Hate is a very exciting emotion, sums up their toxic romance. Her hair flip when singing became one of cinema's most memorable moments. She does a hair flip in this movie. No? Okay. How about if I give you the actors? Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth. And her most famous movie was called Gilda. Gilda. Her breakout movie, anyway. Gilda. There you go. Rita Hayworth. Gilda. All right. Glad I could stump you. Number 14. Here we go. 1947. They're all around the same time. A detective with a dark past tries to start over. Robert Mitchum delivers a laid-back but haunted performance. So Robert Mitchum was key in the noirs, right? He's a quintessential detective guy. Double crosses and flashbacks make the story twist and turn. The femme fatale, played by Jane Greer, embodies danger and deceit. Women. Danger and deceit. Doesn't that describe it? The film's brooding tone and complex narrative define classic noir. This is not The Lady King. Hang on to that. That may come up. I'm not sure. This is from 1947. Robert Mitchum, detective with a dark past. Don't they all? Femme fatale, Jane Greer. Its French title, La Griffe du Passé. I guess it's Passé. The Claw of the Past. It captures the film's fantastic theme. So it's called Out of the Past, just so you know. Out of the Past, 1947. All right, number 13, from 1950. So, you know, not that any of us were born, but 1950. A desperate hustler tries to make it big in London's underworld. Here we go. Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark, remember him? Gives a frantic, nervy performance. The film's shadowy alleyways, this is what this movie's famous for. Shadowy alleyways and neon-lit clubs add to the noir atmosphere. It's a story of ambition turned to desperation. The grim ending reinforces the classic noir theme of inevitable downfall. I love that theme. The inevitable downfall. And he's running around London. Richard Widmark. Anybody know this part? 1950. The film's London setting gives it a unique, gritty edge compared to typical Hollywood noir. Streets of London, I like that name. It's not right, but I like it. I like it. We could change it to that. This is called Night and the City. Night and the City. 1950, Richard Widmark. There you go. Learn something every day on whatever my channel's called nowadays. Hollywood magic. Yeah. There you go. That's what we're all about here is Hollywood magic. Robots provide the magic. All right, number 12. Number 12 on our film noir list, 1953. A cop seeks revenge after his wife is killed by a car bomb. Hate that. It's directed by Fritz Lang, known for his dark, brutal storytelling. Gloria Graham shines as a tragic yet resilient character. The film exposes the corrupt underbelly of the police force. There you go, corrupt underbelly. And get this, Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin's performance as a sadistic thug is unforgettable. I can see Lee Marvin as a sadistic thug. You can see it. A pot of hot coffee becomes a symbol of violence and betrayal. Yeah, there you go. You guys are on a streak. Stuart King, Both got it. Very good. The Big Heat. Do you guys see this movie? Lee Marvin, a sadistic thug. Love it. I'm not sure how I get how a pot of hot coffee becomes a symbol of violence and betrayal, though. That sounds, yeah, kind of like a stretch. All right. We're down to number 11. Film noir. This one's pretty famous. Anything that I've heard of. And it has a hottie in it, too. 1944. Number 11 was made in 1944. And it is a detective becomes obsessed with the portrait of a murdered woman. I don't know if you remember that story. It's all about this portrait in the salon of the house. As the investigation deepens, so does his infatuation. So the detective falls in love with the murdered woman because of her picture. Gene Tierney's ethereal presence as the person, the name of the movie, haunts every frame. Yeah, very good. Very good, King. Now, Gene Tierney was rumored to be one of JFK's girls. Gene Tierney. The plot takes a sharp twist when Laura unexpectedly reappears. Oh, she wasn't dead. The haunting theme music becomes one of the film noir's most iconic scores. So the music apparently is very famous from this show. Yeah, very good. The film's tagline, the story of a love that became a legend, hints at the mystery allure. I guess the music was a big deal. We have to check on that. Now, I'm not allowed to play the music, of course. YouTube. All right, top 10. Excuse me. Top 10, film noir. A brutal, hard-boiled detective story that pushes the boundaries of noir. Introduces a mysterious glowing box, hinting at Cold War paranoia. Cool. Mike Hammer, the private eye, uncovers a conspiracy darker than he imagined. Mike Hammer. Now that's a good private eye name. The film's violent, cynical tone reflects the atomic age. Its apocalyptic ending left audiences both shocked and intrigued. Oh, I'm unaware. That sounds interesting. Seems like he's doing pretty well with the girls there. The eerie, glowing box inspired similar plot devices in later films like Pulp Fiction. So this was somewhat of an inspiration for Pulp Fiction. How about that? 1955, brutal, hard-boiled detective story, hinting at Cold War paranoia. Mike Hammer, the private eye, that's him there. The film's violent, cynical tone reflects the atomic age. Its apocalyptic ending left audiences both shocked and intrigued. It is Kiss Me Deadly. Kiss Me Deadly. How about that? No? Okay. That's all right. Now, I've heard of the next one. So, let's see if you've heard of it. 1944. This one is a twisted tale of insurance fraud, murder. A tale as old as time itself. This is Mr. Billy Wilder. Is Billy Wilder's script set the standard for the femme fatale trope? Love that femme fatale trope. And guess who was in this one? I'm going to tell you. See the blonde there? That is Miss Barbara Stanwyck. Remember her? She plays one of cinema's most notorious manipulators. There you go. Now, who's the actor in this picture? It looks like him. His voiceover narration sets a grim, reflective tone. The line, "I killed him for money and for a woman," perfectly captures its noir essence. You're correct, it is Double Indemnity. And it was Barbara Stanwyck. And who's the gentleman? Wilder insisted on casting against type, making this guy step out of his usual nice guy roles. This guy plays a nice guy on a long-running TV series that involved, it was a funny movie, funny TV show. That is Mr. Fred McMurray. Fred McMurray from My Three Sons fame. Yeah, these are hard, huh, Stuart? I told you. Enjoy those method actors while you can. You know this one though. 1941. It's often considered the first major film noir. And if I give you the actor, you're going to know it too fast. So he stars as the hard-boiled detective Sam Spade. This is the character Sam Spade. A mysterious black bird becomes the obsession of ruthless characters. John Huston's direction laid the foundation for noir's visual style. The iconic line, "The stuff that dreams are made of," sums up the elusive quest. All right, you should know this one though. So I need the actor and the name of the movie. Very good, Stuart. Stuart's got it. This is considered the first major film noir. There you go. The Maltese Falcon. Starring, who's that gentleman there? The iconic line, "The stuff that dreams are made of," sums up the elusive quest. The statuette used in the film sold at auction for over $4 million in 2013. And you're right, it is Mr. Humphrey Bogart. We don't have the doctor in the house. Hope the doctor's okay. It's always nicer when you have the doctor in the house. All right, number 7. Number 7 on our film noir from 1958. My favorite year. Orson Welles directs and stars as a morally corrupt cop. Directs and stars. The opening tracking shot is one of cinema's most celebrated sequences. Set on a seedy U.S.-Mexico border town, the film oozes atmosphere. Charlton Heston plays a Mexican narcotics officer investigating a car bombing. Charlton Heston can play anything. Yeah, very good, King. Very good. Very good. The themes of corruption and betrayal make it a quintessential late noir. It's a late noir. So, 41, Maltese Falcon, early noir. Touch of Evil, 1958, late noir. We're learning it. I'm learning it just right along with you. Wells directed the film reluctantly, but ended up crafting a masterpiece. A masterpiece, Touch of Evil. Very good. Very good. All right, number 6 on the list. We're getting down there. 1953. This is another one of these Cold War noirs, blending espionage and crime. Another Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark stars as a pickpocket who accidentally steals microfilm. Always a bad deal, right? Like a story we've heard before. Pickpocket accidentally gets the wrong thing. The plot thickens as spies and cops hunt him down. This is Samuel Fuller's gritty direction adds a raw, urban edge to this movie. The film's paranoid atmosphere mirrors the tense political climate of the 1950s. Richard Widmark, Cold War noir blending espionage and crime, 1953. The film was initially criticized for being unpatriotic during the Red Scare. So Cold War paranoia. No. They don't mention who the lady is. She's very attractive there. Richard Widmark. Called Pickup on South Street. How about that? Pickup on South Street, 1953. Top 6 film noirs. There you go. All right, top 5. Here we go. 1950. And another Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart plays a troubled screenwriter with a violent streak. The film blends romance with a murder investigation. His relationship with his neighbor, played by Gloria Graham, becomes increasingly strained. As suspicions grow, so does the sense of paranoia. Seems like paranoia plays a key role in a lot of these noirs, right? Seems like it was a big thing. Yeah, very good. Very good. I know what you're trying to say there, King. I know what you're trying to say. Yes. The question of whether Bogart's character is a killer keeps the tension high. So we never know for sure if he's a killer, which makes it tense. Bogart's portrayal is one of the most nuanced and disturbing performances of his career. There you go. You're correct. It is In a Lonely Place. In a Lonely Place, 1950. Check it in at number 5 on our classic examples of Hollywood film noir. Top 20 count. There you go. There's the whole thing. All right. Humphrey Bogart. And Gloria Graham. That's Gloria Graham, in case you wanted to know. All right. Number 4. 1945. Directed by Fritz Lang, master of the dark psychological drama. A meek cashier falls for a manipulative femme fatale. There's that manipulative femme fatale again. A recurring theme in life. His obsession leads to crime, humiliation, and ultimate despair. The bleak ending leaves no room for redemption. No room for redemption. All right, now I don't know if this picture is going to be clear enough for you to guess the actor on the left's name, but it's kind of an old school actor who was already old in 1945. He used to play a lot of gangsters. His portrayal of a hopeless romantic is both tragic and haunting. So he fell for the femme fatale. She just raked him over the coals. And yeah, you got it. King. Or, I don't know, Stuart, do you kind of have it there too? Yeah, you're right. Edward G. Robinson. Yeah, very good. Scarlet Street is correct. Very good. Good job, guys. Very good. Okay. We're down to the top 3. Edward G. Robinson, right? Played some gangsters, didn't he? Some cops and gangsters. Here we go. Number 3. More of a noir-flavored drama than a crime film. More drama than crime. Tony Curtis plays a desperate press agent willing to do anything for publicity. Aren't they all, though? I mean, that sounds like the typical story. Yeah, Key Largo. That's a good one. Nice one. Burt Lancaster is a ruthless columnist who manipulates everyone around him. Sounds like Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis started a bunch of films together. The dialogue crackles with venom and wit, showcasing New York's dark side. Themes of power, betrayal, and ambition dominate the plot. Alright, so there's some clues there. Tony Curtis plays a desperate press agent, wouldn't do anything for publicity. Burt Lancaster is a ruthless columnist. The dialogue crackles. Themes of power, betrayal, and ambition dominate the plot. Not the Devil's Disciple. I like that though. The film's scathing critique of media ethics makes it feel surprisingly modern. There you go. There's the tie-in. Sweet smell of success. Sweet smell of success. There you go. That was number 3. Now I know you know these last 2, so we'll end on a high note here. Number 2. I know you know it. 1950. A faded silent film star dreams of a comeback while trapped in a fantasy world. William Holden plays a struggling screenwriter who becomes her reluctant companion. Now, so I just had a thought. This movie that we're looking at right here was a predecessor and probably an inspiration for the Mulholland Drive movie. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that. What's the guy's name? Anyway, Gloria Swanson's portrayal of Norman Desmond is both tragic and terrifying. Yes, of course. You know the movie I'm talking about, Mulholland Drive, by David Lynch. David Lynch. Seems like it's kind of a knockoff on this. All right, there's nothing David Lynch would do that's a knockoff, to be honest. loosely based originally. The film's opening scene, narrated by a dead man, sets a grim tone. The iconic line, "I am big," I guess it's not the same story at all. I think I'm making no sense at all. The iconic line, "I am big," it's the pictures that got small. There you go. Real silent film star Buster Keaton actually appears in this movie. There you go. William Holden, Gloria Swanson. Sunset Boulevard, one of the top film noirs. All right, number 1. This is a more modern one. It's a neo-noir, 1974. Neo-noir, but it's number 1. That masterfully blends classic noir elements with modern storytelling. This actor that I'm going to make you guess too plays a private eye named Jake Gittes, unraveling a water company conspiracy. The woman shown in this picture's character is shrouded in secrets and tragedy. The plot twists reveal corruption that cuts deep into family and politics. All right, very good, King, yeah, and Jack Nicholson. And the actress in this picture and in the movie is, and how about the director? This is a very big director too. Chinatown. We're looking for the actress and the director still. The unforgettable line, "Forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown," perfectly encapsulates the film's bleak world view. All right, it looks like her. She also played with Nicholson in another movie. That's Miss Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway. And the director was Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski. There you go, Chinatown. All right, pretty good job, guys. You got way more than I thought you would. All right, guys. I have a bonus round if you really want to do it. If you don't, that's cool too. if we do, you may not want to based on the topic. So the one I had picked out as a bonus round tonight is top 20 most infamous serial killer killing cases covering both the UK and the USA. So UK and USA serial killers. So King says thumbs up. So I need another thumbs up to do it, though. I always need two. So we can always save it for another time. King's all in. We need another one though. All right. Stuart says okay. So let's do the serial killers. Let's end on a dark note. Alrighty. I know you know the rules. Robots do the painting. You do the guessing. And I bet these clues are useful if I can get through them. Some of these are kind of dark stories. The top 20 most infamous serial killing cases in the UK and USA. Number 20. This man once mailed a letter so disturbing it made seasoned detectives physically ill. He claimed he heard heavenly voices telling him to atone through acts of unspeakable cruelty. His crime spanned multiple states, but his final confession came only after his capture in New York. This is the USA one, obviously. His victims were mostly children, and he used homemade tools that would make even horror writers blanch. This guy sounds bad news. His nickname came from the plain suit and polite manners that he hid a monstrous appetite. Okay, so this guy has a nickname, and his nickname came from the plain suit and polite manners that he hid a monstrous appetite. At his execution, he reportedly smiled and said that the electric chair would be the supreme thrill of his life. I told you we were going to end on a dark note. This is Mr. Albert Fish. He's also known as the Gray Man. He was executed in 1936, so it's been a while. Let's go over to the UK for number 19. I think we go back and forth. Across the pond. This couple's home renovations included a cellar no one was allowed to see. Their victims included lodgers, hitchhikers, and even family. The pair met in the swinging 60s. Unfortunately, their idea of swinging took a much darker turn. You know this one. Apparently there was, I don't know, was there a movie or a book about their house? It has a name. Yeah. Their crimes were uncovered only after a missing person investigation turned up something buried in the garden. Of course, it's always buried in the garden. Together, they became Britain's most infamous killer couple. Yeah. Fred and Rose West is correct. Their crimes were from 1967 to 1987. And the name of the place that I have on here is called the House of Horrors. The House of Horrors. And you're right. It is 25 Cromwell Street. That is correct. And then they demolished it because it had become too much of a tourist. It became too much of a tourist attraction. Oh, okay. All right. Number 18. This guy has a nickname too. USA. This man loved order, especially when it came to controlling his victims. He worked a steady job, he attended church, and he even enforced local bylaws. For years, he sent letters to police and the press bragging about his projects. His nickname came from his self-description, 3 words that defined his method. Decades later, his own curiosity about computers led to his downfall. Yeah, you guys know it. Very good. Okay. You're correct. Dennis Rader, otherwise known as the BTK Killer. BTK Killer. He was finally caught when he mailed a floppy disk to police, not realizing it could be digitally traced back to his church office. Oops. Dennis Rader. The what did BTK stand for? Oh, yes. There you go. Bond, torture, kill. That's it. The methodology. There you go. See, you guys are better at this than you thought. You didn't know that first one, but it was kind of dark. All right. Back to the UK. Number 17. This gentleman thought the perfect crime required nothing left behind, not even the bones. He posed as a charming businessman with a taste for luxury cars and gullible investors. His tool of choice wasn't a weapon, but an industrial chemical. He was convinced that without a body, there could be no conviction. He was wrong, and his moniker still makes chemistry teachers sigh. All right. Anybody remember what this is? Police found sludge from his dissolving experiments, still containing gallstones, proving his theory fatally flawed. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct, Stuart. John George High. John George High. What was he known as? What's his nickname? You know. Dissolving experience still contain gallstone. Oh, they also found some teeth. That makes sense. He is the acid bath murderer. The acid bath murderer, of course, from the UK. Oh, yes. All right, number 16. Back to the US, good old USA. He struck early in the day when most of the city was still asleep or at church. His targets were women, often young, alone, and walking to work or class. His pattern stretched across multiple states, baffling police who couldn't connect the dots. He was eventually caught. But many of his suspected victims were never officially linked to his crimes. There you go. We're not sure how many he did. His nickname came from both his timing and his chilling regularity. The investigators believe he may have killed more than 80 women, making him one of America's most prolific yet least known serial killers. Not Samuel Little. Not Samuel Little. And he had a cool, I'll tell you what his nickname was. His nickname is the Sunday Morning Slasher. That's cool. His name was Carl Eugene Watts. Carl Eugene Watts. 80 women. There you go. He's a bad guy. UK, number 15. This man made a grim New Year's resolution to become a serial killer before the end of the year. He targeted men he met at well-known London gay pubs. Always methodical, always polite. He left his crime scenes immaculate, except for the chilling precision of the acts themselves. He even phoned police to make sure they gave him proper credit. Uh, it looks like we had a little slow internet there, King. You had that last one. Very good. You guys know this one? UK. 1993, not that long ago. He later criticized other killers for being untidy, as though serial murder were a competition in cleanliness. So he has a nickname. Yeah, there you go. That's correct. You guys got it. Colin Ireland is correct. What was his nickname? You guys know that? UK, 1993. kind of rings. Yeah, exactly. It's got an interesting name. The Gay Slayer. Not slasher, slayer. There you go. Rhymes better, I guess. More alliterative. Number 14. USA. Go USA. This New Yorker's terror campaign made people afraid to sit in parked cars. That's right. He blamed his crimes on orders from a demon-possessed dog named Harvey. I hate those demon-possessed dogs. He left taunting notes for police, signing them with his sinister alias. All right, so you got the nickname. Oh, and King's got both the nickname and his real name. Good. When caught, he smiled for the cameras as if fame were part of his plan. His moniker came from the mythical master he claimed to obey. That's right, the dog. The dog named Harvey. That's right, David Berkowitz, also known as the Son of Sam. After prison conversion, he calls himself the Son of Hope, proving irony can survive even behind bars. Yeah, the demon dog. Demon-possessed dog named Harvey. You know, it's always something. Yes. All right, number 13. He looks like a serial killer, doesn't he? And most of these guys kind of look like serial killers. Number 13 in the UK. His victims were young women, often attacked near bus stops late at night. One of his cases led to one of Britain's most publicized police investigations. The media coverage of his crimes forced major reform in British privacy laws. He had a history as a bouncer and a car clamper, always looking for control. What's a car clamper? Is that where if you park in the wrong place, the police clamp your cars, so you have to pay the fine or something? That's right. You got it. Well, what was his nickname? You have any idea? Correct. It's Levi Belfield. It's correct. It's Levi Belfield. He's the only person in British legal history convicted of murdering two separate victims in trials years apart. There you go. The trials were years apart. He's also known, very good, King. The bus stop. Not the bus stop killer, though, but close enough. The bus stop stalker. Bus stop. The clamping. Yeah. He was a clamper. A bouncer and a clamper. All right. Let's do number 12. Back to the USA, where we know how to do this serial killing. He once told investigators he was doing them a favor by cleaning the streets. His victims were mostly vulnerable women around Seattle. Vulnerable women. Wink, wink. Nod, nod. He blended He blended into everyday life, working at a truck plant and attending church picnics. Why not? Decades of DNA advanced, decades of DNA advances finally brought the truth bubbling to the surface. So they needed DNA to spin this guy. His chilling nickname came from where many of his victims were found. Ah, so you were corrected. Not close. You got something in your head there that's close. This was up in the Seattle area. So there's a geographical. Gary Ridgway is, of course, correct. And not Green Bay Killer, but the Green River Killer. The Green River Killer, of course. He pleaded guilty to 48 murders, but police think he may have doubled that. There you go. Green River. Number 11. Back to the UK. Back and forth. Across the pond we go. This gentleman offered lost young men a warm meal and a place to stay, but they never left. He lived quietly in North London, working in a job center. His crimes came to light only when plumbers discovered human remains in his drains. You guys both know this one. Familiar story, huh? Do you know what his nickname was? He treated his victims as companions, keeping their bodies for days or weeks. His case drew comparisons to a certain American killer from Milwaukee. Yes. Who we'll see later. He was a former police officer. Wow. You don't know his nickname, do you? He once quipped that dismembering bodies was a mess I'd rather not do again. He was also known as the kindly killer. The kindly killer. So something doesn't sound right about that. Yeah, that is funny. That's hilarious. All right, top 10. Like we haven't visited enough bad killers. Here's the top 10. USA. She claimed every murder was self-defense. Her victims were all men she met while hitchhiking across Florida. Her life story inspired multiple films and fierce debates. I'm never picking up a hitchhiker in Florida. Her tough demeanor hid decades of abuse and abandonment. She became America's most infamous female serial killer. Yeah, you guys know. Wasn't it Charlize Theron? Is that right? Charlize Theron won an Oscar for it? I think so. Eileen Wuornos is correct. You don't happen to know her nickname, do you? It's pretty cool. Her final words before execution were, "I'll be back." Just like the Terminator. Proving that last lines can be stranger than fiction. Yeah. And her nickname is... These nicknames are kind of hard. The Damsel of Death. I like that one. Damsel of Death. She did all this bad stuff in 1989 to 1990. There you go. All right, number 9, back to the UK. For years, Northern England lived in fear of a man who struck in dark alleys. Sounds like the Ripper. Police mishandled early leads, focusing unfairly on sex workers. He claimed divine voices drove him, though psychiatrists were not convinced. Yeah. You guys know all these killers. I take it there's good news stories in all this. His crime sparked one of the largest manhunts in British history. His nickname echoed a Victorian predecessor. Yes, indeed. And you're correct. It is Mr. Peter Sutcliffe, aka the Yorkshire Ripper. The case triggered sweeping reforms in UK policing and in how the press covers violence against women. There you go. How did he get caught? Something about the divine voice. Oh my gosh. Well, that's why they had to change some police laws. No doubt. All right, back to the USA, where we know how to do it. This one's creepy. This one's creepy as hell. By day, he ran a construction business and performed at kids' parties in full clown makeup. This guy's a kids' party clown. By night, he invited young men home. Most never left. Yes. Very good. You guys are quick on these killers. You know these killers better than anything else. Police found a horrifying number of bodies buried beneath his suburban house. His dual life became a symbol of evil hiding behind a smile. His nickname came straight from his party persona. So what's his nickname? Do you know? John Wayne Gacy is of course correct. And yes, there he is. Look at that guy. Well, the clown killer, pretty close. How about we switch the words around? The killer clown. The killer clown. Oh man. John Wayne Gacy. Clowns can get away with murder. There he is. Oh my gosh. Doesn't he look like a serial killer? Yes, he does. All right. So, we're going to stick in the USA now because we do this a little better than you do over there. He lived alone on a remote Wisconsin farm surrounded by secrets. When police entered his house, they found furniture and lampshades made from human skin. His furniture and lampshades were made from human skin. His crime shocked America and inspired several horror movie icons. Yes. He claimed he was simply trying to rebuild his dead mother. Okay. His nickname came from his grisly hometown discoveries. Yeah, King. You got it. Any idea what Mr. Ed Gaines' nickname was? USA. He was born. His crimes were from 1954 to 1957. Yeah, it was the basis for Buffalo Bill, right? That's exactly right. And he was known as Gain only killed 2 people, believe it or not. But pop culture turned him into the godfather of cinematic terror. It's the Butcher of Plainfield. The Butcher of Plainfield. There you go. Only killed 2 people. That's not much of a serial killer, is it? But making them into lampshades, that's a little weird. All right, now this guy's interesting because I don't think we ever actually caught this guy. This killer mocked investigators with coded letters and puzzles. His crimes span Northern California, but his identity remains unknown. Amateur sleuths still argue over his clues decades later. Some of his messages referenced astrology, which inspired his alias. So this guy is only known as his alias. They don't know who he is. They never caught him. But they think that's what he looks like. He claimed dozens of victims for far more than confirmed. His nickname is the Cipher of Death. And yeah, you got it. This is the Zodiac Killer. His crimes were all the way from the 1960s through the 1970s in Northern California. One of the ciphers wasn't cracked until 2020 by a team of code breakers working online with 3 different countries. They like to do codes. Cipher of Death, the Zodiac Killer. Never caught. There you go. Okay, top 5. Now, I actually remember this when I was just out of college, I think, and had a little house down in Southern California, Orange County. He crept through unlocked windows under cover of darkness. His crimes blended satanic ritual and random brutality. He left pentagrams and taunting messages at the scenes. Pentagrams and taunting messages. His trial became a circus of fans, reporters, and his eerie charisma. Yeah. So yeah, I very strongly remember, so it gets hot in the summer down Orange County, and everybody had to close all their windows, lock their windows and doors because it was in the summer. Oh man, yeah, it was no good. No good. His nickname captured his favored hunting hour. Yeah, there you go. Night Stalker. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Yeah, I definitely strongly remember that. It was a concern because he was hitting suburbia. He was hitting these nice little track house neighborhoods, and so it put everybody on edge. Yeah, the Night Stalker. Yeah. All right, number 4. Oh, this one, I don't know about this one. This was UK. This is way back in the day, right? So this is Victorian London's fog hid both poverty and terror. His victims were women working the East End streets. He sent taunting letters signed with the name that made him infamous. Of course. Yes. Now, do you know the other name for Jack the Ripper? What was his nickname in the press? Good old Jack. I like that. He probably had more than one name, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Despite endless suspects, his identity remains a mystery. His legend still defines the archetype of the unknown killer. Yeah. His legend still defines the archetype. It's Jack the Ripper, also known as, he was likely a journalist invention, but proving even in 1888, true crime told papers. All right. So the press had something to do with kind of glorifying him, it sounds like. He was also known as the Whitechapel Fiend. That sound familiar to you guys? Whitechapel Fiend. I never heard of that, but maybe you did. All right, top 3. Top 3, back to the USA where we know how to do this. This gentleman was handsome, charming, and devastatingly manipulative. He feigned injuries to lure women into helping him. His crimes spanned multiple states and years. He defended himself in court, turning the trial into theater. Yes, of course. Any guesses on Mr. Ted Bundy's nickname. The nicknames are the hard thing. His good looks made him a media fascination. And you're right, it is Ted Bundy. Bundy once helped investigators profile another serial killer. Proof that narcissism has no limits. That's right. He wanted the glory. Ted Bundy, also known as, his crimes were from 1974 to 1978. And he was also known as the campus killer. The campus killer. There you go. I didn't know that either. Yeah. Well, lady killer. There you go. Accurate as well. Accurate as well. Okay, our top 2 serial killers. Coming up. USA, USA. Police once returned a drugged victim to his apartment, unaware of the horror inside. Uh-oh. The police actually brought a victim back to him. He preserved trophies of his victims, literally. His calm confession chilled the world. He claimed he wanted his victims to stay with him forever. Yes. Okay, yeah, so you know what his nickname was? It has to do with where he lives. His nickname sums up the unimaginable. And you are correct, this is Mr. Jeffrey Dahmer. In prison, other inmates refused to eat food he prepared. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. They ended up getting him in prison, right? I think they did. Yeah, probably so. I think that's probably accurate. He was known as the Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal. Oh, Milwaukee Cannibal. You know, well, probably wasn't real good for PR for the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Just another blue city. Just another blue city. All right. Well, we all know our number 1 killer. He preached peace and apocalypse in the same breath. His followers believed he was a prophet of a race war he called Helter Skelter. They murdered actress Sharon Tate and others in crimes that shocked Hollywood. Yeah. So do you remember, we already talked about her husband. He's a director. Who was her husband? Sharon Tate's husband. They murdered actor Sharon Tate. Though he didn't commit the murders himself, his influence orchestrated them. His cult crimes ended the psychedelic 60s with blood and fear. Yeah, Roman Polanski. Right, correct. Charles Manson and the Manson family. The cult of chaos. Helter Skelter. During his trial, Manson carved an X into his forehead, claiming he'd removed himself from your world. Okay. Chuck. Charles Manson. Well, we made it. It was kind of fun. Right? And yeah, you guys knew too many of those. Yeah, Polanski has quite a checkered past. Let's call it a checkered past. Well, you know, we take the good and the bad. We take the good and the bad. We report it as it happens here. We won't feature Top 20 Roman Polanski movies. How's that? I probably wouldn't have anyway, but all right, guys. Well, I do appreciate you hanging out with me on a Wednesday night. You want to know what we're doing on Sunday? Let's see. Hopefully you're around. We are doing Harrison Ford movies. Harrison Ford movies. That should be fun. What else are we doing? We're doing Harrison Ford movies. We're doing top 20 athletes who became actors. And then the third show will be top comedians of all time. So action packed Sunday. Harrison Ford. All right. Well, good. Hopefully, I will see you on Sunday then. Take it easy. Have a great week, guys. Once again, super appreciate you coming out, like always. And I will say good night.